Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Healing Journeys. So, when we look at everything that is happening in the world at the moment, uh, we don't see anything going to be better, and it can be stressful. Let's say it can also lead us to feel angry or fearful, even hopeless. And then we may wonder, what's the point of healing? Why would I make the effort to heal? Do everything that comes with healing, going through this path, through this journey, when we look at everything that is happening, and when we also consider that we we want or we must be active in protesting, educating ourselves, bringing awareness to so many topics and injustice. Well, I would say it is in these moments that we need healing even more, I would say. Let's look at it. If we don't heal, we know how we feel when we don't do the work. And most of the time, this is because we have been tired of feeling that old version of ourselves, that we engage in healing, that we start on the healing journey. Most of the times, it's because we have been tired of repeating the same thing that we didn't like, that we don't want to have anymore, that we don't want to live anymore. We start healing because we hope, we wish to live, to experience something different, something better. We want to have another life. And so if we consider everything that is happening, and if we had that on top of everything that we want to change, to transform, well, it would be like a mess, basically. So healing, it's still very relevant in this time. However, I agree, it may feel very difficult, tough, and maybe, let's say, confusing to work on ourselves while we see or we hear so many stories and so many lives which are broken at the moment. Well, another reason why healing is also very important in that moment is that in healing, in the process of healing, actually, it is more about bringing more balance to our life. It is about living in a more harmonious way. So, as we are moving on this process, we are also receiving more strength, more courage, more ability to support other people, to be vocal or active when and where we need to be. So let's say that healing of the process of bringing more harmony to our lives allows us to be more active, to be more aware, and to make better choices, to make better decisions that will impact all of us. However, it is important to remember that there are some practices that are very necessary in that moment when things seem to fall apart, such as grounded. It is very important to have a grounding practice. One of the basic ways that even our ancestors, like our African ancestor, were practicing was connection to other livings, especially vegetals. So it is a good moment to take some time to connect to vegetals. Going for a walk in a forest, for instance, spending some time by the sea, or even going to a cave to meditate, for instance. These are practices that help to stay focused, to stay grounded, especially working in a forest. You basically don't have anything special to do apart from walking, or you can even just walk and sit there and just let yourself be like in connection with the other living beings that are present. And this is a practice that really supports feeling grounded and also the whole healing process. Then, of course, taking care of our physical body. Well, especially if you are an activist, with everything that is happening, you need your physical body to keep on with what you're doing. And you definitely don't want to be stuck at home, like physically sick. So it is even more important in these moments to take care as much as you can of your physical bodies, like drinking water, nutrition, paying attention to how much sleep you have, physical exercise. This is very, very important. It is a moment to like really invest in this type of I would say practices or wellness activity. And we still need to keep on educating ourselves intellectually to know and understand what is happening, and spiritually. We need to understand also what is happening on a spiritual level, on a global scale and personal scale, how it affects us, how it can affect us. And by that, I also think of all the very sensitive people, high sensitive people, people who catch up easily others' energies. Well, it is even more important to understand how we function in that moment. Because, well, of course, obviously, many people are going to be more upset, angry, sad, depressed, and with all the violence going on, the wars and attacks and terrors, many, many people are going to be grieving their loved ones. So it means that all of that can also impact us. So we need to understand how it impacts us on a global scale, spiritually, and how it impacts us on a personal level, spiritually. Then, well, of course, ancestral connection. We definitely need to feel and to be connected to our ancestors. By that, I would encourage us to connect especially to our pre-colonial ancestors, to our ancestors who were activists, who were resisting, protesting. These ancestors know the path, and they know how difficult it is to resist, to be an activist in difficult times. So they definitely have pieces of advice for us. They definitely also can open the ways for us and support us, give us the strength, the courage that we need in these times. So ancestral connection is definitely very, very important in this moment. And it helps to feel grounded. So it is very important. And my last point for this video today is for those of us who are opening the passage for people who have passed away, for people who have transitioned. For those of us who are opening the passage, it's also very important to pay attention to our energy, how we feel physically, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, of course, because this is a work that is needed, especially in times of wars and strong violence. Well, the people who are dying, they are like young people, and it's also very unexpected. So it's very brutal. So it brings a lot of pain in the family. It means that there are also a lot of unfinished businesses. A lot of lives are being cut. So all of these need our strength, our ability to open like the passage for those who have transitioned. And for that, well, we need to feel to be our best, at least the most that we can be. So I hope that this video will support you in these times. Let's not forget, let's take care of each other and of ourselves. Hope to see you soon.